A new memo obtained by NBC News shows when Americans might start seeing those relief payments from the $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus package. Based on estimates provided by the Trump administration to House Democrats in that memo, some Americans might not get their money for months. NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Leigh Caldwell joins me now. And Leigh, run us through the details of that memo.
Sure, Allison. So our colleagues, Casey Hunt and Alex Moe, obtained this memo. What it says is that unemployment checks are going to go out later than what was originally anticipated. Remember, the administration was talking about April 6th. They wanted these direct payments to go out. Now it looks like the earliest they'll start going out is April 13th. And that is for people who have their electronic bank information with the IRS. If you don't, then it could take months for you to get your direct payment. In about a month, they're going to start sending out about 5 million paper checks a week, and they say that that could take up to 20 weeks to get enough paper checks for everyone.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to take a lot longer, Allison, but those first checks aren't going to come out until at least the week of April 13th.
Oh, my goodness, Leigh, 20 weeks. I mean, that's pushing Christmas time for a lot of people who are worried about making their next rent payments or paying their bills. That is really a punch in the gut. Wow. In some other news, the House is putting together a bipartisan select committee to oversee the Trump administration's response to the coronavirus pandemic. Here's what House Speaker Pelosi explained why she's forming the committee. She did this on NBC earlier. Let's play that.
The reason I announced this committee, this House Select Committee to address the coronavirus crisis, is so that we can, in the here and now, address as we go forward with transparency and accountability.
Leigh, the Speaker says this committee is modeled after one that was formed during World War II under then Senator Truman. What exactly will it do, and do we know who's going to be on it just yet?
Sure. So she just announced this in her press briefing over the telephone this morning, and she announced this House Select Committee, and she says it's going to oversee the handing out of $2 trillion from this last coronavirus relief bill. So it's going to oversee the money going out to the big corporations, the money going to the small businesses, and also the money, the expanded unemployment insurance benefits as well. So, this is something that she just announced. She said she wants it to be bipartisan. She wants it to have subpoena power as well. She's already named who she wants to lead this. That is Representative Clyburn of South Carolina. He's a member of leadership in the House of Representatives, a longtime ally of Speaker Pelosi's. So this is something new that she announced, but she says that it's just a massive doling out of funds, and that she wants a committee for the House of Representatives to have extreme oversight and to consistently being monitoring the implementation of this bill, Allison.
Leigh, the way you said bipartisan makes me wonder whether they're getting cooperation from House Republicans here. It sounds like it may not be entirely bipartisan. What's the situation there?
Well, Republican leader McCarthy held his own press conference, teleconference today as well. And he said that he had just learned about this new House Select Committee. And he said he had a lot of concerns about it. He hadn't spoken with the Speaker about it just yet at the time that he spoke with the press. But here are his two concerns. The first was that she put Clyburn in charge of it. He says that Clyburn is someone who has said that they wanted to use this opportunity to restructure government and the economy. So Republicans have been really honing in on a statement that Clyburn made to that effect a few weeks ago. And so he said he had a lot of concerns with Clyburn. His other concerns, he says, is it seems redundant because in the Phase 3, the CARES Act, they put in layers of oversight, including a Congressional Oversight Commission to do just what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said that she wants this Select Committee to do. But the difference is, Allison, this House Oversight Commission that was written into the legislation does not have subpoena power. So I think that this might be Pelosi's attempt to get more oversight power power, especially among, within the House of Representatives, to see where all this money is going, to make sure that it's spent effectively and efficiently.
Leigh, the Speaker's also been pushing for more coronavirus legislation. What's she proposing?
She has a lot of ideas, Allison. They include things from infrastructure. She wants new water systems to ensure that people have safe drinking water. She wants broadband, internet everywhere, because a lot of school and work is moving online now, as people have to sequester within their homes. So infrastructure is a big one. She also says that she wants more money for the states. She wants hazard pay for first responders. She wants expanded family medical leave to be paid anyway. So she has a lot of ideas, and she is working extremely actively, I should say. She's been working on this for at least a week now, and she has told her committee chairs to, start putting these ideas to paper and come up with legislation. She wants it to be big. She says it needs to still focus on the crisis at hand, but also start looking ahead to recovery as well, Allison.
How are the Republicans responding to that?
Well, as you might guess, the Republicans are saying, hold on a minute, let's take a step back. We just said that we just passed a bill, $2 trillion. Let's see how this is being implemented first. McCarthy, on his press call today, he was very adamant that they shouldn't do anything. Just wait a few weeks, see what is going to be needed, see how things shake out. But there's a little bit of tension between Republicans in Congress and the president. In the president's daily briefing just last night, he said that he wants a big infrastructure bill. He supports hazard pay for these frontline workers. I asked McCarthy about that today, if there's any, why there's daylight between he and the president, and he didn't have much of an answer, except that he thinks that the president agrees that it should be targeted and at the right moment. But we also know, Allison, Speaker Pelosi spoke with Treasury Secretary Mnuchin on the phone again last night, as they're preparing to push forward on this next phase 4.
Oh, Leigh, so much has changed in these times, but so much remains the same. Thanks so much for bringing us the latest from Capitol Hill.
Thank you.
More than 36 University of Texas students have COVID-19 after they took a spring break trip to Mexico. NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky is in Dallas with more.
Yeah, Allison, this has really turned into an unfortunate testament for how this virus can work, and the numbers are scary. Of this group of more than 70 University of Texas students who booked that charter jet to Cabo San Lucas for what was supposed to be a fun spring break getaway, 44 of them have now tested positive for COVID-19, and we do know at least one of them is in critical condition. Now, this all began because of what was billed as an exciting spring break getaway trip, a company allowing the students to book this jet several weeks ago. About 10 days ago, they flew from Austin, Texas to Cabo San Lucas. At that point in time, travel was being discouraged due to the coronavirus, but it was still allowed. And we know that one of the parents of one of those students told us that the company stressed at the time that was still safe and everything would be fine. However, upon their return to the United States, many of those students started to show symptoms. Testing was conducted, and that's how we have those recent numbers. More than half of that entire party now symptomatic. 4 of them in particular showing no symptoms, although we do know now they're capable of spreading that virus. And of course, at this point in time, the University of Texas is stressing that they're busy trying to contact any other student who might have come into contact with this group upon their return to the United States. We know that, in addition, the health department for Travis County, where Austin is located, is stressing everyone just needs and those other students who are on the trip but are not showing any signs of COVID-19 are still being monitored at this point in time. This comes as Texas has more than 3,000 cases of coronavirus, just highlighting the current risk that this has and will continue to have, as the estimated peak of infection here in the state of Texas isn't supposed to arrive until early May.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.